How's it going? I'm sorry I haven't posted in a minute. It's not actually that big of a deal. If you've looked, I post semi-weirdly, but realistically, it's just because I have a fear of being perceived. I know, you guys are really curious about how the journey's been going, and I'll just be honest with you. I took a training arc, and by that I mean I spent a day, maybe, trying to understand how to play the game a little bit better. But realistically speaking, I'm doing great. I have actually spent the past week just playing Street Fighter 6, and although I did say in the last video I probably will be posting videos every time I get out of the tiers, I have to tell you guys something. I was kind of going crazy in that week span. As you can see, it's kind of a really weird story, but we'll kind of break it down. In the last video I kind of mentioned how it was very hard for me, at least, to kind of get this feeling of actually getting my footing in Diamond, and this is something that's stereotypically going to happen anytime you get into new ranks. Usually you're gonna have trouble staying in this like consistent spot because people who are already here have been fighting each other and honing their skills consistently in comparison to you who have just gotten here. Participating in this has been really hard, especially when I have been playing the game in a shorter time span than everyone, and also I'm very how do you say, como se dice, shit. Yeah, I play fighting games in a very instinctual manner, and therefore I am somewhat lacking in terms of fundamental understanding of certain things as well as other characters. As I have stated before in previous videos, you should really watch that. This is like the third video in this series. But I digress. Let's try to talk it through about how the actual experience was going. So you might notice that I'm only going to be talking about the experience in the aftermath because, well, realistically, even when I do record these videos in the moment, I don't talk during the actual gameplay. It's very rare, it's very far and few between when I actually talk in the commentary of playing. Now, is that to say I was doing poorly all around? No. There's times when I lock in and I do really good, and there's times where I am just like straight up losing. When we had last left off, I had entered 2-star Diamond, and I was just kind of like teetering here. And it took a while for me to kind of get my footing, and I picked up the game again, and I was trying to grasp it. And let me be honest, I jumped in and out of 2-star, 1-star. Overall, I kind of realized, oh, I'm not using JP to his fullest potential, but I had realized I am not using a lot of my standard moves. I have been really relying on jump in approaches and drive reversals, and I was not relying on a lot of things like down forward 2. Wow, can you tell I play Tekken? I realized I had not been using down forward heavy punch. I was relying too much on forward heavy kick and a lot of my heavy stuff, which was been putting me in a bad scenario where if I had hit them when on block, it had put me in punishment mode. If I whiffed, I was in punishment mode, and I was just way too heavy-handed. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was still doing that even in the gameplay. I just tried to take more steps to avoid actually getting the punishing and hitting them more so when their defense was down. But overall, you can see I ranked up in doing so. But that's not the only thing. I kind of went on a crazy streak. So I went from 2, then I started to zone in. You can see from the C Viper clip. This shit was crazy, by the way. Can I say this was super? Let's just watch this one, yeah? I'm gonna be so honest. I kind of zoned out. What the fuck did I do there? I know, it's really weird to watch me play these games and not give commentary, but yeah, I was zoned in. I did some crazy shit. Anyways, we'll let that run in the background while I'm talking. But yeah, it's really good to show these kinds of things. Like, yes, there are times when I'm whiffing, I'm doing certain things, and I'm not really actually being as threatening. But a lot of the times I realized that the threat of actually doing something is sometimes stronger than the threat of doing something, you know? For instance, true neutral or staying in neutral can be very scary, especially when you fight against JP. Because of his capacity to be really domineering over the entire battlefield, no matter where you're at, it makes it very scary to approach or even get close to JP, which makes it really funny when people play against me because I can kind of see them go, why is this man running at me? The understanding was something that's really fun to get to because you can see in some of the gameplay, yes, I play JP like an Oonga Boonga rushdown character. But when I don't play him like that and I play him more strategically, I actually start to win more. If I play into the strengths of the actual character, it makes the game way easier. Who would have thought? But overall, it was very interesting to kind of see that progression come into play, but also my frustration when it comes to playing that way. Even when I knew I was winning by just bullshitting my way through, and sometimes I just hit the I don't care mode, I want to win, I can still like have these levels of, oh man, I feel scummy. Let me try to do this. Let me try to do that. Let me try to be more fair. And realistically, I don't have to do that, but I still want to do it. Overall, we were doing really good in 3-star. In fact, if my memory serves me correctly, I wasn't even in here for a day. I was barely in this rank. I kind of blitzed through this rank and I got to 4th star. And that's not all. I got to 5th star. Yeah, that's right. I jumped significantly from 2-star to 5-star in less than 2 to 3 days. I was just kind of going back to back wins, sometimes going on losses, but mainly winning a lot of my fights because I was actually using the character in a lot more of an ideal situation. That training arc really helped out. Although you can tell that there are times when I still do jumping approaches, I still do drive reversals, I run up to my opponent and I still do a few things. And that's just something that happens when fighting game players, or at least when a person who has played a few fighting games, when I play these games, I still have very strong, very bad habits instilled in me. Something that's really funny about how I was playing this game is that, if you guys don't know, I play on controller, specifically an Xbox controller. And so I use the thumbstick, or I used to use the thumbstick. While I was doing my training arc, I kind of realized, man, I'm kind of misinputting. I'm not doing certain things that I want to. I wonder what it is. Let me start using the D-pad more. And when I started to switch over, there was a little bit of a fundamental frustration, but I started to get it and I started to do better and better and better. I was able to input a lot more of my fireballs consistently, a lot more of my portals consistently, a lot more of my actual movesets were comboing into each other correctly because I had spent the time to kind of understand the D-pad inputs a lot better. Yes, thumbstick can be a lot more faster and easier for certain people, especially when it comes to quarter circling. But the thing that makes it kind of hard is that sometimes, because of the way you orient yourself and how you fight, you can accidentally hit certain inputs way faster than you want. For instance, level 3ing when you don't want to. Granted, I was doing that a little bit more often with D-pad, but I was also able to use my supers a lot more consistently, which was really interesting when I kind of analyzed these two gameplays from both the previous videos and this video. But overall, it was a very interesting experience to swap from the traditional way I used to play and kind of go back to doing D-pad. Just to let you know, when I do play Tekken, I play Tekken with D-pad inputs, not thumbstick inputs, because I need to be more precise. And I realized being precise is better in Street Fighter as well, rather than being faster. I didn't expect myself to hit 3-star that fast. I also didn't expect myself to just blitz through both 3 and 4 really fast to get to 5-star. Honestly, it was a really interesting experience. I'm glad you guys were able to kind of see it, even though I didn't show as much. Wait, why is the timeline still going? Why is there more? Hey, editing Ivy, why we got some? What do you mean there's more? After talking with my associate, I'm sounding schizophrenic the more I make these types of videos. After talking with myself, yeah, I had done more. I didn't stop at just playing from 2-star to 3-star to 4 to 5-star to make this video. No, that would have been too simple apparently, and I would have probably had a video out 2 weeks ago. No, you know what apparently the fucker who is in the past did? He kept playing. He didn't let losses or wins determine his mood. He just kept going. There was something more. It was the act of improvement that was just really getting to me. The act of actually realizing, oh, this character works this way. So, how was the journey? Well, again, it's always an up and down. As you can see, it was a lot of up and downs. While yes, I did make it into 5-star, it was hell staying here. I will say there was a time where I was deep into 5-star. I think I was halfway through. And unfortunately, I don't think I have the recording of this, but I can recount the actual events a little bit better. I was in halfway, and a lot of people can relate to this. And I was just losing and losing and losing to the point where I had gotten from 5-star to halfway through 4-star. I had to take a break. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It took so much out of me. The inspiration to actually get there. The feeling that I was gonna get there one day. It hurt. Some of these motherfuckers know life this game. I swear to God, I hate you guys. Depending on what time you play the game, and especially what coast you're on, you have more people willing to play on certain days, and depending on who's playing and at what time, you're gonna have either really easy events or really hard time. And I had to just change my time as to when I was playing. But no, I played it all the times I could. Anytime I had the capacity to play, I played. And I would win. And I would lose. I tried to keep it fair. Yes, I know. We're not going to talk about that personality that comes out sometimes when I play JP. But, yes, I know. It was very challenging. It was really hard. I'm not going to lie to you. And I really thought I was not going to get there. I barely got back to 5-star. It wasn't until I started going ham. Look at this shit. I was doing it. I was really going. Look, I'm about to hit my fucking servers. Yeah, you guys might notice I had gotten to close to masters twice, maybe even more than that. But every time I would go up against maybe this Akuma, maybe another guy, and it would just rail me back down. Pause. And I just had to accept it. I had to get off the game. Is what I would say if I was a fucking coward. No, I kept going. I got back up. I ran it. I ran it again and again and again. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was a magical moment. And I have to just show it to you in raw form. Let it be known, the audio you're about to hear is actually what I was hearing while I was playing. So let's watch. Oh, you didn't even get it! Oh, fuck, I popped the fuck off! Holy shit! Ah, what good timing too! Fuck yeah! Yeah, baby. Yeah. I did it. I had hit masters, bitch. Look at me. Look at how proud I am. I'm not kidding. It was a journey. It only took 3 videos for you guys, but it took about maybe 3 months. Well, on a technical scale, it took 3 months. But for the most part, it was a very fun journey. I think I actually learned a lot more about myself and how I like playing the game, as well as the characters I gravitate towards and how I learn about the mechanics that exist within the game. I want to talk more about how I feel about characters and how I kind of rank my opportunity against most of these people. And here I might show you a graph kind of how I feel about fighting certain characters. But for the most part, it was a very fun time. Yeah, there was ups. Yeah, there was downs. But overall, it was really fun. I might do it again. It was really cool. I might do it with Aki again, as I said it. I might do it with Tekken and try to get to God of Destruction in that game. Although, I play Zafina. That game's gonna fucking beat my ass. Although it's been kind of quiet recently, so I might be good. I might do it with Guilty Gear, although I'm also really bad at Guilty Gear. That's probably one of my worst fighting games, and I would love to be better at it. Also, Marvel Tokon Fighters is coming out soon, or at least the beta is, and I do plan to play that and play it with some friends and maybe play it to get some understanding. If I really like it, I'll buy the game and I'll play it for you guys as well. But it has been a journey. A really well and fun journey, I will say, but a journey nonetheless. And I'm glad you guys were here. I'm glad you guys could kind of see it. Even if I didn't show you the entire journey as a whole, I wanted to make it more so fun for you guys to look at it, not to get frustrated with my actual gameplay. Yes, this took time. Yes, I do show kind of how bad it is for me. And I could have made it way more evident. I could have shown you all of my bad time, but it would have been frustrating, not just for you, but for me to make hours upon hours long videos where I'm just showing you, man, I'm sucking, and I don't know what I'm doing bad, except I do know what I'm doing bad. I'm not done making fighting game content. I do like it. I very much have always been somewhat adjacent to the FGC, and I just like it as a whole. But I wanted to actually invest my time into doing it. Maybe one day I'll go to a local. We'll see. If anyone knows any in Florida, yes, I'm in Florida, I would go. Maybe. But it was cool. It was great being here. I really did love this experience. It was really fun. Also, I'm gonna try not to be so scared about being perceived. I know I jump out off the face of the earth every time these videos get more than 3 people watching them, but it's still really cool to see that you guys actually cared. But hey, I'm out. I'm rambling. I hope you have a great day. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Adios. Do you lose more than you gain? That's crazy.